Hello friends, today we have selected a topic based on your suggestions. Many of you have requested me to deliberate on India's presidency in G20 countries. They particularly wanted to know how India can leverage these positions for the benefits of the country as well as the countries which are under developing stage. Friends, the subject is academic and also educative. I crave 7 to 10 minutes time to deliberate the entire subject. We'll discuss this subject in 3 specific modes. Number 1, we'll discuss about G20 countries, its formations, its objective. Second part, we'll deliberate as to whether India enjoys any special privilege to be a president of the G20 countries. And third, if so, how India will try to leverage its major issues in the G20 meetings and deliberations, and what are the major priorities of the country. Friends, G20 is a group of 20 countries. Actually, it is 19 countries plus European Union. European Union has around 27 countries. So, practically, it is a group of 19 plus 27 countries. You can say these countries are basically the large countries in terms of its economy. Friends, one more important point to note that about 2/3 of the world population and 75% of the world GDP, I repeat, 2/3 of the world population and 75% of the world GDP is shared by these G20 countries. So, it has a large populations which include inter alia, the United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Nigeria, India, and other large countries. Friends, second part of our deliberations is to discuss whether India enjoys any special privilege as a president. Now, I would like to clarify that there are no formal special privileges exclusively enjoyed by the G20 president. The role does cover certain advantages and opportunities. So, presidency does not give any special rights, privileges, obligations on the part of India, but it has certain specific advantages. What are those advantages? Number 1, since India is the president of G20 countries, India will convene all meetings of various areas. I will tell you which are the basic areas India has given priorities. In those areas, India will convene meetings inviting the senior executives, professionals, legislators, etc. to take part in this meeting. Now, since India prepares the agenda, the most important advantage for India is that they can place those areas which are most important not only for India but also for developing countries. So priorities can be finalized since India has the responsibility to prepare the agenda for all the meetings to be held in its presidency. Secondly, in all meetings, India will chair. That means, as a chairman, India will conduct those meetings. And you know, the chairman has his special advantages. Third, most important thing is that visibility, in a global visibility, is most important area. Once you become a president of the G20 nations, your country's visibility in the eyes of the world gets larger. Fourth, high level engagement. In other words, as a president, you will be able to continue your discussions with the diplomats, ministries of various other countries, and it helps to engage yourself to discuss with the high level professionals of the various countries. And obviously, if you talk with 19 plus 27 countries and with their heads, naturally, your networking and alliances gets stronger and stronger. So if you summarize what are the special advantages, not privileges, what are the special advantages India will get as a president of the G20 countries, according to my research work, I find number one, being the preparer of the agenda, India can prioritize its major areas of concern. Not only India's concern, but also for all the developing nations. Number two, India will be able to chair all the meetings, and naturally the flow of discussions can be made in the line of the directions of the chairman. Third, global visibility gets stronger. Fourth, high level engagement with the seniors of various countries in the diplomatic positions, in the executive positions, in the judicial areas. And fifth, networking and alliances. So we have discussed two sets. One, what is G20? It was established in the year 1999. We have also deliberated what special advantages India will enjoy till September 23 as a president of the G20 countries. And now, in the third stage, we'll discuss what are the India's priorities, or rather, what are the priorities of the developing nations at this moment. Friends, according to my research work, I have identified 10 specific areas where India will give its attention for the benefits not only for our country but for the benefit of the developing nations. First is the agricultural development. I have identified 10 such areas. First is the agriculture. You know, this year means 22-23, India is expected to have 4% plus growth in agriculture. And during 22-23, India is the net exporter of agricultural products and supplies to more than 75 countries in the world, including USA and UK. So, foundation of the agriculture has to be stronger, and that is the priority number one. Number two, trade. International trade is very, very important for a country and for its economy. As I have explained in my previous speeches, that export is a major component of the GDP calculation. So therefore, international trade is very, very important, and these G20 countries will specifically emphasize how the developing countries can join more and more in the international trade and thereby to increase its economy. Third, very important area is the digital economy. As you know, India is expecting to have GDP by way of implementation of digital economy to the extent of 1 trillion USD. Today's GDP of our country is $3.5 trillion USD. India is planning to have another 1 trillion economy additionally by way of implementation of digital economy. What is digital economy? Today, the banking functions which you see mostly based on digital. You can transfer money, you can withdraw money, all through digital process. The entire e-commerce comes under digital economy. It increases efficiency, it increases employment situations, and it increases various advantages to the corporation and to the individuals. Next area, fourth area, is the women empowerment. That is the need of the day. If you remember Swamiji's one directions to the country, and he said that if a country does not take care of its women, that country can never come up. We want more and more engagement with the women. And today, the situation has improved a lot in our country, but it needs more improvement. There are certain countries, if you go there, you find from airline booking to everything, you will not see any gent candidate is working. There are certain areas which are fully dedicated to the women, and that is called women empowerment. Their representation should be there in every areas, not only in household areas, in decision making, in civil services, airlines, telecommunications, educations, everywhere they should be at par with the gents. And that is the fourth area of attention. Fifth is the climate change, most important part, and it is a big issue for all developing countries. You can ask me why it is developing countries, why not developed countries? That is also an issue. Yes, but you will be surprised to know that most of the developed countries, they don't manufacture. So there is no climatic problem as such. They basically do or invent the technology. And those technologies they are giving to companies like Foxconn and other several manufacturers. It's called contract manufacturing facility. And all those facilities are located in the country like Vietnam, Thailand, China, India, etc. They don't have any manufacturing facilities. They are basically dedicated for the research and development. As a result, in these G20 countries, there are a mix of developed countries and developing countries. So developing countries, they have no other alternative but to do the manufacturing work for the developed countries. It will continue because employment is a basic issue. But at the same time, we cannot do at the cost of the climate. So this will be the fifth most important area India will look into. Food security is an issue. We have found in certain parts of the world there are excess food. In certain parts of the world there is a deficit. Because of some logistical issues and we need a very strong food security. Fortunately, India manufactures or grows more food products or grains or farm products than its actual requirement. So it is a net exporting country. But in certain areas, India totally depends on import. What is the area? That is the edible oils. Major part of our edible oils are imported from Malaysia, Indonesia, and other countries. So food security not only covers only wheat or rice or other grains, but it also takes care other areas of the food, including processed food. Seventh is the energy security. What it means? Here energy means not conventional energy, mind that. It means that day after day or day by day, every country will reduce their fossil power or fossil fuel consumptions. And that should be replaced by the renewable energy like solar power, wind energy, etc., hydroelectricity, etc. That is another area of importance. Because fossil fuel not only costly, but it also pollutes the whole area. India and China, these are the two major countries who consume a significant part of the fossil fuel even today. These two countries need to reduce their reliance on fossil fuel. 8. Complete stoppage of money laundering. You know, money laundering means bribes, corruptions. These are to be stopped. That is another area of importance. 9th is the innovation. Today, innovation is the only requirement for every country. Innovations in every areas of our activities, not only in productions, also in environment protections, digital protections, agriculture, process. Every areas we need development, and that development comes through innovations and research work. Financial stability of every country. Many countries are having finance problem, like high revenue deficit, high fiscal deficit, inadequate foreign exchange reserve, high trade deficit. There are certain countries, I don't want to specify their names, they cannot open the letter of credit because they do not have sufficient foreign exchange reserve. This financial stability is also another area. So these are the major 10 areas India as a president will try to leverage its positions and deliberate on these 10 basic areas for the overall development of all the countries, including G20 countries, and that will be a great achievement of the country. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Jai Hind, and also request you to please like our video, subscribe it, and also spread the knowledge to everybody, to your friends, to your relatives, because our country basically needs only 3 things. 1, knowledge and education. 2nd, knowledge and education. And 3rd, again, knowledge and education. Thank you very much.